Welcome back. For some, the school year starting today. Whether that is virtual or in person, students will still need to be prepared with the latest vaccinations. And joining us now is Michelle Corson. She's the Public Information Officer for the Kern County Public Health Department, and here to talk about what you need to know before your students start school. Michelle, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So we're going to talk to you about something that's not COVID related, and that is vaccinations. I know on top of everything that's going on with the coronavirus, we still have to talk about vaccinations and going back to school. Obviously, a lot of students in Kern County, most students in Kern County, are going back to school from their home. They're not going to be going to the school campus. They're not going to be going into the classroom. Do they still need their vaccinations?
Absolutely. The law has not changed. Vaccinations are required for admittance to school, whether that's virtual or in person. And more importantly, vaccinations are more important than ever during this pandemic. But yeah, we want our parents to know the law remains the same and those vaccines are definitely still required.
So for all of those parents who may think, well, again, my kid is not going to school, they're going to be staying at home, virtual learning, they still need to get it. They essentially cannot start unless they get those vaccinations, right?
Yes, they need to be up to date, treat this like a regular school year.
Okay.
And, we've even heard some stories of, students going and families to pick up their Chromebooks from a school, for example, and they are being asked for their, shot records and to make sure that those shots and vaccinations are up to date. And, again, this is especially important for us to remember because we are hearing from state and the Centers for Disease Control that the deferral of routine vaccination during this pandemic has already affected more than 1 in 6 children that are due for those vaccinations here in California. And that's frightening because this is very much a public health concern. So vaccines are important and we want to make sure our children are safe.
So this is an issue for California and Kern County right now, as we are literally days away for some school districts and others happening today.
Absolutely. And, we want to think of things that we've eradicated due to vaccinations. Things like the measles, they were deemed eradicated back in 2000 because of a high vaccination rate. These are serious diseases that can really be very dangerous and even deadly to our children and families. And vaccines protect us, and we want to keep to that 95% so our herd immunity remains strong.
Right.
And again, we have vaccines for a lot of these diseases. We don't have a vaccine yet for COVID-19. So let's take advantage of our health care and the vaccines that are available to protect our children, especially now during a pandemic.
Are there any clinics happening that parents can take advantage of right now that you're aware of?
Yeah, there's many that are going on. Here at Public Health, we've modified our normal back-to-school clinic, and people can call for an appointment here at Public Health at 1800 Mount Vernon, and we are administering vaccinations currently. You just need to call 321-3000 to make an appointment. Okay,
so you can do that now through the end of the week. Again, it is 321-3000, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so make an appointment, 321-3000. This is important. Your kid cannot start school unless they have their vaccinations up to date. I know that may be confusing. It may not make sense in the sense of that they're not going to be actually at the school campus, but whether or not you still have to get your vaccination. So Michelle Corson, thanks so much for joining us and giving us that important information, especially as kids get ready to head back to school. Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Michelle.